Disclaimer: this video is not intended to serve as investment advice. I am not a financial advisor, and everything I say in this video reflects my interpretation and my opinions. Thank you very much.
So Twitter has to be the fastest way that news actually comes out. The headlines come out before the articles even get a chance to publish on these official websites, and that's the beauty of finding out information about stocks on Twitter. However, what happens when there's several stocks and only one Twitter screen out that you can use? That's when you have to try to find a solution. And there's one solution that serves a great purpose for that. Its name is TweetDeck. It's your boy to the moon, and before I begin, please do drop a like on this video as it helps out the channel, and hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you know when I next upload. I also do run a Discord group where a group of people come together to discuss thoughts and plays that they're making for the day and stocks that they're watching out for. It's completely free, there's no signals, it's no paid stuff, so do consider joining today. So, TweetDeck is more of a systematic way of viewing Twitter feeds for whatever purpose it is. Some people use TweetDeck just because it's, of its layout and prefer it over the Twitter layout, whereas others use it to search through piles of vast information very quickly. This could be for purposes of stocks like I use it, or even unrelated reasons like reselling limited edition items like shoes or other things. TweetDeck has great potential to help you ride a trend as soon as it begins. And some options do not actually rise right away, right as the stock rises. And that advantage of a few seconds could be the difference between a 50% gainer and a 500% gainer for your option. So let's get right into it. For the purpose of this video, I'll be starting with nothing on my TweetDeck and I'll be rebuilding it as to how I use it. I actually don't have a second screen, so that's kind of unfortunate for me, but this is what I make do with. You can assist in getting me there by smashing that like button. Just kidding, I don't make money off YouTube, but the like is still truly appreciated. With that, let's get right into it. So we have TweetDeck right here, and first off you see on the left side, well, first you have to log into the website. I'll be linking it down in the description down below. And so I just zoomed in a little. As you can see here, there's a plus sign over here, there's a search bar, there's this button to compose a new tweet. So if you want to tweet, for example, you can actually schedule your tweets as you like, add media and whatnot, direct message, all that fun stuff. So it's pretty cool. Also, you can add columns. This is where the meat and bones are in terms of what the actual stuff about TweetDeck is. And so first up, we'll be adding the home. So just click it and then you're going to get your account and then you're going to add it there. Alright, so now that I have this, I have my home. This is pretty much your main feed that usually is showing at all times. So this is nice to have just because you'll see everything that's coming in real time. Pretty neat. Now you go back to add column again, and we're gonna go and hit the search right here, the one that's the magnifying glass. I want you to hit that, and I want you to search up for something, anything. As you can see here, these are some of the trending things that I searched up for, and some tickers. The tickers are what we're actually searching up for. So I want you to hit the $sign and then type in any ticker that you happen to be wanting to watch. So let's say AMD, and just search. So since I am recording this on a weekend, there will be a lot of just ads going around. There's a bunch of signal chats and blah blah blah. I don't really trust them, but whatever. So there's one column. I want you to add another search column. That way you have two search columns out at all times. So let's do the other one as Microsoft. Ticker symbol is MSFT, and there it is. So there's people talking about Microsoft and all that. It's pretty neat. So there's that. Let me actually zoom out a little and just go 75% on the Chrome. Up next, I want you to add columns again. However, before you do, I want you to go onto Twitter. And I want to know any pieces of information that you guys are watching on Twitter in the description down below, because maybe it'll help other people, maybe it'll help me. But what I do is I actually make a list. I have 3 lists, and it's just, I call it hedgers. I'll just open this up. It's just, oh, nope, that is not what I wanted to do. I am unable to operate Twitter for some reason. There we go. And so I have 2 members on this, FX Hedgers and Zero Hedge. It's just information. I just put this in a separate list, in a separate column, so I could see this flowing. So there's that. And so How you make a list is you go to this icon right over here that I just clicked earlier. That's the list icon. You go to the top right to hit this icon with the same picture as lists but with a plus sign. And you can name it whatever you want. So I'll just say Bob's list, or stonks. Let's call it stonks. Make a description if you want. Make it private if you want. I usually make it private. Up next, this is where you add people. So, oh, would you look at that? There's a stonks app for some reason. So let's just add that. Let's add a couple of these people. Blah, blah, blah. And you can search for people. So let's search for, Jim Cramer or something. Add him. And then click done. And now you have a list called stonks that contains the 5 members of whatever it was that you added. So from there, you can go back to TweetDeck. And because you just made it, you need to refresh real quick. So just refresh that. Let it reload. Oh, 75% is really zoomed out. Let me zoom that back in. And from here, you can click add column. You go to lists. And you could choose anything. So I have my stocks one, so I'll be adding that. I have my news sources, which I could still contribute to. So let me know if you have any solid news sources. And then hedgers. So I added 3 columns right there. Feel free to add as many columns as you want. Don't flood them. Try to keep it, I feel like, at max, maybe 3 or 4. Just because you don't want to flood all the columns. You want to try to be able to look at all the columns really quickly just by scrolling left and right. So luckily I use a laptop, so I can just simply swipe left and swipe right on my trackpad, and it helps a lot. But, in other cases, you may not want to have 15 columns running this whole thing. So yeah. So far I have the home column, 2 search columns, and by the way, you can change the ticker or whatever you want to search for. So you don't even have to search for, just ticker symbols during the day. You could search up random stuff like Joe Biden. Let's search up Joe Biden. There's a bunch of tweets about Joe Biden. So this is a very helpful tool. You don't have to search just ticker symbols. You can search up company names. So you can search up, like the ticker symbol right here. Let's say MSFT. And then over here, you could be searching up Microsoft. And in both cases, you get to see different pieces of information, but both are still relating to the same company, Microsoft. And finally, what I like to add, not really related to stocks, but it could always help, go to the trending page. Trending always gets an idea as to what's really going on, what's the main focus on Twitter. And right now it's about the USPS protests. I presume they're going to be protesting up against Donald Trump, something about funding and whatnot. So yeah, there's that. Finally, if you want to add anything else, definitely do go to add column and see what else you want to add. Any DMs, you could add that, mentions, followers, scheduled tweets. Definitely interesting. Also, quick fun note, if you want to rearrange these after the fact, let's say you want to move the columns with the lists over to the left, you can come onto the left of your screen where you see all of these, and you can just drag them up and down. So I can move it from the 4th column for this list up to the 3rd column, and it'll move appropriately. Now, oh shoot, what am I doing? Can't use TweetDeck properly. And you see how I flipped it now. Now it's the 3rd column, right? And that's exactly what happened. Now if I flip it back, now it's the 4th column, and Microsoft search bar is now the 3rd column. So that's definitely neat. I really like TweetDeck for this. You just have to set up maybe a few lists on Twitter if you'd like. You don't even have to do that. But yeah, that's on your call. And yeah, so if you happen to find this video to be helpful for you, be sure to drop a like on this video and comment down below if it was, actually helpful. Be like, yeah, thanks man, really appreciate you. I mean, you don't really have to do that, but I was kidding. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you found this video to be helpful. I hope you do decide to look at Twitter. Side note, there are a lot of pumpers on Twitter using these ticker symbols. So be wary, do your own research on this stuff. I really don't want you to just start joining in the pumps for like Voxel that did occur prior, Genus, etc, etc. So definitely look at all this stuff. Take it with a grain of salt. Do your own due diligence or DD. And yeah. So yeah. This has been To The Moon, and talk to you guys later.